What are purpose and purpose phrases? Well, purpose are verbs that act as another part of speech that is adjective, not verbs or noun. Meanwhile, purpose phrases contain purpose as well as a couple of modifiers. Key factors such as sentence placement and suffixes will help you identify these amorphous verbs. Purpose, gerund, act as a noun. Infinitives acts as adjective, verbs are noun. Participles acts as adjective. Types of purpose. Let's lay the foundation with a study on a purpose first. There are three different types: gerund, infinitives, and participles. The first one is a gerund. A gerund is a purpose that acts as a noun. This purpose ends in and ing. For example, watching TV is my favorite pastime. In this example, watching is a verb acting as a noun. More specifically, it's the subject of the sentence. Here's another example. My favorite pastime is watching TV. Again, we have watching, a verb acting as a noun. More specifically, is the direct object of the verb is. Second, infinitives. An infinitive is a verb that acts as an adjective, adverb, or noun. These verbs are always accompanied by the word to, ideas, to act, or to read. Here is an example of an infinitive acting as an adjective. Now is the best time to start. In this example, the verb is acting as an adjective because to start is modifying the noun time. Here's an example of an infinitive acting as an adverb. To start, you need a positive attitude. In this example, the verb is acting as an adverb because need is a verb and to start is modifying need. Here's an example of an infinitive acting as a noun. To succeed in this round was my only hope of a medal. In this example, the verb is acting as a noun. More specifically, is the subject of the sentence. Let's look at one more verbal infinitive acting as a noun. Yesterday, I started to read. In this example, the verb is acting as a noun again. More specifically, is the direct object of the verb started. Third, participles. A participle is a verb that acts as an adjective. There are two kinds of participles: present participles with ending in and ing, and past participle with ending in and ed or n. For example, the blooming flowers in the vase are stunning. In this example, blooming is a verb that's acting as an adjective. It's describing the noun flowers. Here's another example. The elated dog wagged her tail. In this example, elated is a verb that's acting as an adjective. It's describing the noun dog. Here's another example. The broken vase was irreparable. In this example, broken is a verb that's acting as an adjective. It's describing the noun vase. Types of verbal phrases. Verbal phrases include verbals and their modifiers. Just like verbals, there are three kinds of verbal phrases: gerund, infinitive, and participle phrases. In a way, they're exactly the same as verbals, except they have a few added words. Let's take a look at some examples. Gerund phrases. A gerund phrase contains a gerund, or a verbal acting as a noun, along with some modifiers. Remember, gerunds almost always end in and ing. For example, watching her dance send him into a tailspin. In this example, you probably spotted the gerund watching Ashley enough. It has that telltale ing ending. Since it's gerund, it's a verbal acting as a noun. More specifically, is the subject of the sentence. However, in this instance, we have a gerund phrase because there are a couple of modifiers. The The subject of the sentence is merely watching. It's watching her dance, making it a full gerund phrase. Here another example. I stopped reading my book. In this example, we have the gerund reading. This time is the direct object of the verb stop. Again, we have a gerund phrase because there are a couple of modifiers. The direct object of the sentence is merely reading. It's reading my book. Infinitive phrases. Infinitive phrases contain an infinitive, are a verbal acting as an adjective, a verb or a noun, and various modifiers. Remember, these verbal are always accompanied by the word to. Here's an example of an infinitive phrase acting an adjective. Do you have any wine glasses to bring to tonight's dinner party? You probably spotted the infinitive to bring as a noun. In this particular example, to bring is acting as an adjective. It's modifying the noun wine glasses. But we are actually looking at an infinitive phrase because there are a couple of modifiers. The sentence didn't end with to bring. It ended with to bring to tonight's dinner party. Here's an example of an infinitive phrase acting as an adverb. She went home to prepare for the dinner party. In this example, to prepare is acting as an adjective. It's modifying the noun home. But no, we're looking at an infinitive phrase because there are a couple modifiers. The sentence didn't end with to prepare. It ended with the to prepare for the dinner party. Here's an example of an infinitive phrase acting as a noun. To marry her eventually was his only goal in life. In this example, to marry is acting as a noun. More specifically, it's the subject of the sentence. However, it didn't end there. This became an infinitive phrase when to marry was modified by two more words, becoming to marry her eventually. Here's one more example of an infinitive acting as a noun. She loves to dream during her evening walks. In this example, to dream is acting as a noun. More specifically, it's the direct object of the verb's love. However, it didn't end there. This became an infinitive phrase when to dream was modified by four more words, becoming to dream during her evening walks. Participle phrases. Participle phrases contain a participle or a verbal acting as an adjective, and various modifiers. Remember, there are two kinds of participles: present participles, with ending in and ing, and past participle, with ending in an et or an. For example, speaking very sternly, the mother scolded her little boy. In this example, speaking is the participle. It's acting as an adjective to the noun mother. However, now it's a participle phrase because it has the modifier very sternly. Here another example. The boy, frightened by his mother's tone, decided never to do that again. In this example, frightened is the participle. It's acting as an adjective to the noun boy. However, now it's a participle phrase because it has a few modifiers, turning it into frightened by his mother's tone. Verbals, the alternative identities of verbs. Verbals and verbal phrases exemplify the strength of the English language.